Welcome to IRONMAN Portugal Cascais, the very first edition of 226 kilometers of swim, bike, run fun on Portuguese soil. As a registered athlete in this event, it is your responsibility to have downloaded the athlete guide. It's your responsibility to have read all the contents thereof, especially the COVID-19 protocols. It's your responsibility to know the rules and the regulations and the race courses. But let's take you into the finer details of your big day on Saturday. All around the race venues, you'll see these QR codes that you can scan with your mobile devices, and this will bring to your attention all the key information that you need to be aware of, as well as important contact information. Please be aware of the COVID-19 protocols. Please wear a mask when on any of the race venues, even if they are outdoors. Please use the sanitizing available. Temperature checks will be done, and please maintain your social distance. This applies to any race-related venue, including transition, which is outdoors. Before being able to enter the race venue for registration and official Ironman merchandise expo, etc., you will have to go through the COVID checks. Please be sure that you have a COVID certificate, an EU COVID certificate that is readable by our QR readers. Be sure that if you do not have that, you've had an antigen test done that has the QR code as well. Looking through the race schedules for race week, IRONMAN Portugal Cascais. For Wednesday, everything starts from 9 a.m. until 7 p.m. From 3 p.m. onwards, athlete registration is open until 7, as well as the official Ironman merchandise store and expo area. And a big tip for you here is, this is the first ever IRONMAN Portugal Cascais. Get into Ironman merchandise quickly before it all sells out. Looking at your Thursday, info point is open yet again. Athlete registration is open all day from 9 till 7. Likewise, the expo, likewise, Ironman merchandise. From 3 p.m. till 7:30 on Friday for the full distance Ironman Portugal Cascais. It's an important time for you. That's when you do your bike check-in and your gear check-in. And that happens at the Manuel Pozzolo Hippodrome. It's very, very close. As a matter of fact, it's next door to where you did your registration, where Expo is and where Ironman merchandise is. Saturday, the big day when the dream of hosting a full-distance Ironman on Portuguese soil comes alive. Transition and Bike Park will open from 5:30 a.m. and it's open till 7:20. But key to note here, it's a fairly long walk from the transition to the Bay of Cascais, to the beach where your swim start is happening. So make sure you give yourselves plenty of time to get down to the beach. Info point is open. We will be celebrating the fact that we are in Portugal with a live performance of the national anthem before the rolling starts get going. And our amazing age group amateurs, this is an amateur only race. Your rolling starts from 10 to 8 onwards. For your supporters, Expo is open, merchandise is open, info is open. We expect the first athletes over the finish line in probably just under 9 hours. We expect the last athlete over the finish line just after midnight. What's also very important here is that you come back for those final 2 hours of the first ever Ironman Portugal for Heroes Hour, when we celebrate those last athletes coming down the finish line. You may check out your bikes and your gear bags between 7 p.m. and 1 a.m. Sunday is the Ironman 70.3 Cascais. That has a pro race as well, so you might want to come down and watch that. Merchandise will be open again, info point will be open, expo will be open, and key for all of you in the top 3 in your age groups from 12 o'clock onwards at the finish line in Cascais Bay is where we will be doing your award ceremony. Come along and celebrate. We have a lot of official parking venues available in and around Cascais, indicated to you here on the map. This is also available for you online. If you need any more information, you can also go towards the info point. But these are the names on the right-hand side of the slide of the various parking bays. You can type that into your maps and your maps will get you there. The race office is open from Wednesday to Friday. It closes at 7 p.m. Remember, you need your athlete accreditation. This is mandatory. And you'll also have to verify your race license. If you do not have a race license, you buy a temporary license on site. At registration, you'll receive your registration pack as well as the athlete wristband. This athlete wristband is your all-access ticket to all athlete-only areas. Please put this wristband on immediately upon registration and do not remove until you've completed all aspects of IRONMAN Portugal. And as a matter of fact, just keep it on because it's cool. The bib number will be compulsory on the bike and the run. I repeat, your bib number is compulsory to be worn on the bike facing backwards, compulsory to be worn on the run facing forwards. This is key for several reasons, so the officials can see your bib number. It's key for the announcing team so that we can say your names. It's key so that the spectators can say your names, but it's also key so that finisher picks can easily identify you in all the great photographs they'll take of you racing around the course doing your first ever IRONMAN Portugal Cascais. Unique to this race, and shows you how incredible this race team is, because they know it's a fairly long walk towards transition, they have provided in your registration pack single-use disposable shoes. So you can use these to walk down to the race start once you've completed your preparation in the bike park transition on Saturday morning. We will have rubbish bins, trash cans available for you throughout the start venue, and you must please dispose of these into those bins. Likewise, your masks just before you start. The only means of identifying your gear is with the stickers that we give you. One for your helmet, one for your bike, one for each of your transition bags. White bag, which is streetwear, blue is bike, red is run, and we have spare stickers for your special needs bags should you use special needs. These are the transition bags. Blue is for bike, red for run. White is your streetwear, not required on Friday at bike check-in, only required on Saturday morning pre-race. Put your dry gear in there, leave it with our volunteers, and it's available to you post-race. The special needs bags are available for you at registration. You must please request those should you wish to use special needs on the bike course and on the run course. Special needs for those who are doing their first Ironman is if you require something that the race does not provide. Typically, it's nutrition, so a specific drink that you like, specific nutrition that you like to eat. For some athletes on the run course, if they know they're going to be out there quite late at night and they're worried it's going to be cool, you can leave like a little sweatshirt in that bag. But please remember that if you don't use the bags, whatever you put in it, you do not get back. You will receive your timing chip after you've done your bike and gear bag check-in on Friday. As you've completed that check-in, when you exit the bike park near the Hippodrome, that is where you receive the timing chip. Please ensure that you put it on your left ankle. And the reason we say left ankle is because that is opposite side to the drivetrain of your bicycle. No chip, no race results. No race results, no ability to claim an Ironman World Championship slot. A reminder about the COVID protocols. These apply to all race venues. Masks, disinfectants, temperature checks, social distancing. Please, let's make sure we do this properly. So bike check-in on Friday. We will do a basic check of your bike, but it is your responsibility to ensure that your bicycle is race ready and road worthy. So make sure your brakes are working, your skewers are tight, your seat post is tight, your stem bolts are tight. Please arrive at bike check-in with your helmet on your head, chin strap fastened, your blue bike bag fully packed with everything you need for the bike, your red run bag fully packed with everything you need for the run. This is the way we'd like you to rack your bikes. Please hang them from your seat. The blue bike bag, everything you need for the bike. Please ensure that your helmet and your bib number stays in that bag overnight. And these bags will sit next to your bike in the bike park. Any and all changing will happen at the bikes. Unless you need to get completely naked, we have separate change tents on the perimeter of the bike park where you can get completely naked. But if you're not going to get completely naked, all changing happens at the bike. Ensure that your helmet and bib number is in that blue bike bag before the start. Post-swim, all your wet gear goes into the blue bike bag. Post-bike, your helmet goes into the red run bag and you leave it at your bikes. Your special needs bags, please bring these with you on Friday when you come to bike check-in. And our volunteers will make sure that they have it out there on the course for you. On the bike course, kilometer 57, 99, 136 and 176. On the run, kilometer 70.8, 22.3, 36.6. You access your special needs bags yourself. Take what you need out of it, put it back on your spot should you wish to access it on another lap. Streetwear bags, you do not need these on Friday, only on Saturday. I always recommend that when you leave your hotel or home, you make your way towards the race venue. Inside your streetwear bag will be your wetsuit, the official Roka swim cap, your goggles, maybe a little bottle of water, and your disposable shoes, of course. Come to the race venue. Once you've done your final prep at the bike, you put your bottles on the bike, you put your nutrition on the bike, you put your computer on, maybe you put your shoes and your pedals. You then get changed out of your warm clothing, your dry clothing, your casual clothing, into your wetsuit, get ready for the swim. All the dry gear goes into that streetwear bag. En route towards the swim start, please leave it at the garden on your left-hand side as you leave the bike park. You go up the little hill. On the left, there's this beautiful garden area there. You'll see the volunteers there. Leave the white streetwear bags with them and then make your way downhill towards the swim start area. Post-race, when you're finished, you go back there, grab your streetwear bag, get into your dry gear, and you can access your bikes and get your gear bags back. Please screen grab this page or just grab your mobile phone now and take a photograph if for whatever reason you need to access emergency assistance. Our medical team phone number is there, as well as the national emergency telephone number 112. Save this onto your phones. The weather is looking amazing. I've been here for all previous 3 editions of Ironman 70.3 Cascais. Generally, we've had a fair amount of breeze out on the course. Typically warm land, cold Atlantic, you get a lot of breeze. But at the moment, it is picture postcard perfect in Cascais. I think the weather gods have realized that it's the first ever Ironman, and they are smiling upon you. The water temperature is good, the weather temperature is amazing, and there's no breeze. It's going to be spectacular. Keep our fingers crossed. Race day, the bike park opens at 5:30 a.m. till 7:20. Just do your basic preps. The mechanical team here is the France Bike Rentals. They'll be able to assist you in transition. They're at the expo at the moment, and they will be at static service points along the course. You might just want to remember this. Approximately every 20 or so kilometers, they're out there on the course to assist you if you have any problems. We do have bike pumps available for you in the transition at the end of every rack. There's no need for you to bring your own pumps. Looking at the Bay of Cascais and looking at the layout for your swim, I know for people when they look at maps it seems confusing, but when you get there on Saturday morning, it'll be really self-explanatory. It's a rolling swim start. Line up according to your expected swim time for the 3,800 meters in the Roka swim, and we'll roll you into the water. Every couple of seconds, a handful of athletes will be on their way. I strongly recommend that you're lined up nice and early. You don't want to miss the last 15 minutes of that wonderful excitement and anticipation and nervous energy as we build up to the ringing of this historic ship's bell before the race starts, the playing of the national anthem. It's going to be epic. What a way to finish the Ironman Europe season with a brand new Ironman of this magnitude in the Bay of Cascais in Portugal.
My name is Lucy Charles. Growing up, I was always so competitive. From a very, very young age, the dream was always to compete in the Olympic Games. I always wanted to do whatever was the biggest challenge. I'm quite happy to just be running or outdoors and just doing what I love doing. It's finding the balance. You always have dark places and dark spots when you're training and when you're racing, and it's how you get through those moments that defines you as an athlete. up and you feel alive as soon as you enter that water and expand your mind and just be free and at one with yourself. I feel like I'm pretty good at being positive even when it's really hurting. I've always had that fight and that winning spirit. I think that just makes me who I am.
Nobody ever feels truly ready.
All those lengths in the pool,
All those laps on the bike,
the kilometers on your feet.
all this for one moment.
You are an athlete.
You're fearless and bold,
You inspire and lead.
and you love what you do. It's now time to grasp the opportunity.
Time to be fearless and conquer.
Time to rise to the challenge and succeed.
It's time to fly.
It's time to fly.
It is a magnificent swim. One loop out towards Estoril Casino and back. Rolling start starting at 7:50. 6 athletes leaving every 4 seconds. You must complete the entire official Roka Ironman swim course. You must start through the Ironman Arch. That's where the timing mats are, where your chip will register. Every athlete is on racing on net chip time. At the moment, we are saying it is wetsuit allowed because the water temperature is well below the threshold, and there's no ways, this being the Atlantic Ocean, that it'll warm up beyond 24.5. So, for those of you that need your wetsuits, you can smile already. It is wetsuit legal. As you look at the swim course, you leave the beach, the first big Ironman buoy you must pass on your left shoulder. So it's a left turn. So you're going to swim out through the moored yachts, and it's going to be a left turn, and then you follow. All the buoys will be right shoulder. So keep all other buoys right shoulder except the first one, which is a left turn. It is a sea swim. Conditions are looking very, very favorable. There might be a gentle rolling swell, but you won't even notice it. It is a receding tide, which is great as well. And we have freshwater showers when you exit the water. It is a pretty long warm-up run from the swim exit through all the assembled crowds who will cheer you on as you make your way to the hippodrome where your bike is waiting for you. And the whole route is carpeted. How about that? Enter the hippodrome, run to your bike rack, get changed at your bike rack, put your helmet on, fasten your chin strap, put your bib number on, facing rearwards, put all your wet gear in your blue bike bag, and then unrack your bike and run your bike towards the mount line as you exit the transition. And basically, as you pass the big white tents where registration and merchandise and expo are, that's pretty much the area where your mount line is, and you can start cycling. As mentioned, all wet gear into the blue bags, all changing happening at the bikes, except if you're going to use our change tents. And then when you leave the transition, it's about 130 meters of carpet before you get to the mount line, and the Ventum bike course, 180 Ks, starts. For those of you who have done the 70.3 before and think you are completely familiar with the bike course, you are to a large degree, but we have reversed the direction. We leave Cascais, we go towards Guincho, then up towards Sintra in the beautiful mountains, then back down and then make our way towards the Estoril Formula One Grand Prix circuit, then back down towards Estoril Casino, briefly in the direction of Cascais. There's a little roundabout where we're going to give you a left-hand turn and then put you on the right lane towards the beautiful city of Lisbon and back. You only do the steep, big part, top part of the climb once on lap number 1. On lap number 2, when you get to halfway up the climb to the little village where you do the left-hand turn for the rest of the climb on lap 1, we will turn you right towards the Estoril Grand Prix circuit. There are parts of the course where we need you to please exercise caution. There are parts of the course where we have contraflow traffic, especially through the town when you complete the balance of the climb, sort of the last 10 Ks. You're going to have athletes coming down as you go up, and likewise when you're coming down, they're going up. Please exercise caution. No using of the aero bars when you are descending the mountain. The asphalt is generally in excellent condition. As a matter of fact, Cascais and Portugal has decided the magnitude of this event coming to Portugal is such that they're repaving many of the areas on your bike course for you. How about that? Muito obrigado. As mentioned early on, we have mechanics from France Bike Rentals out on the course for you. They're static mechanics. They're not on the bike course roving. Please remember the Portuguese rule of the road applies. Keep right at all times, pass left. And the weather looks amazing. A reminder about the dangerous parts of the course. We recommend that you do a basic recce of this yourself on your bike, or maybe rent a scooter and go check it out. Or if you've got a rental car, go check it out as well. Please screen grab this and take note of where we need you to be careful. Be careful of the areas with contraflow. 1 or 2 of the towns have speed bumps. There's some very narrow parts through the town where we actually move you from the right lane to the left lane because we need to keep roads open for the people living in those villages. And remember, being safe out there is, we do all that we can to keep you safe, but safety is also your responsibility. This is the little roundabout that I mentioned in the beginning, where you're coming back from the Estoril Formula 1 Grand Prix circuit. You're coming downhill, heading back towards the Atlantic Ocean. And intuitively, you think you should be turning left towards Lisbon. But what happens is we turn you right towards Cascais, and we get you to this beautiful big roundabout. And you're not going to go around the roundabout. You're going to do a U-turn before the roundabout and onto the right-hand lane, and then make your way towards Lisbon. You're going to do this twice. It is a non-drafting race. Let's make sure we don't draft. Drafting is a decision. You can choose not to draft. The draft zone is 12 meters from the front wheel of the bike in front of you to your front wheel. You have 25 seconds to move alongside the athlete you are passing. Once your front wheel is alongside theirs, they must drop back and you merge to the right. We only have 2 riders side by side during a passing maneuver. Keep right at all times. If you ride side by side, if you keep on the left, that constitutes blocking, which is a yellow card, which is 1 minute in the penalty tent. Drafting is 5 minutes in the penalty tent. 3 blue cards and you're disqualified. The red card is a DQ. DQs are for public nudity, urinating in public, intentional littering, unsportsmanlike behavior, dangerous riding, crossing the center white line. These are some of the things that will get you red carded. Remember, it's your responsibility to know the rules. We have penalty boxes on the course at kilometer 102, and then just before transition at the end of your 180k Ventum bike. If you receive a card, it is your responsibility to know what color card you were shown. It is your responsibility to go to the correct tent, tell them the card you were shown, and serve your penalty. You get off your bike, and your time starts when you're standing alongside your bike. If you received a penalty before kilometer 102, you serve it there. If you received a penalty between 102 and 179, serve it in the penalty tent just before the end of the bike course. Just a reminder about some of the things that will see you disqualified. There they are on the screen. Other things include no use of any form of electronic devices, so no MP3 players, no mobile phones, no GoPros, none of that is allowed. Essentially, it's the watch on your wrist and your bike computer. That is it. Looking at your aid stations, plenty of aid stations out there. Very passionate, excited volunteers who are so happy to have you in Portugal for this historic race on Portuguese soil. All liquids are provided to you in bottles that will fit in your bike cages. So the water bottle is a commercially available water bottle. Just squeeze out a bit of water. It will fit in your bike cage, no problem. Gatorade is in Gatorade ready-to-drink bottles. It fits in your bike cage as well. We have energy bars, we have gels, we've got fruit, and we've got water again. At the beginning of the aid station zone and after the aid station zone, we have the litter zones where you can discard anything you need to. Likewise, on the bike and the run at any aid station is where we have porta toilets should you need to heed a call of nature. Your personal needs on the bike are available to you. You can access them 4 times at Casino Estoril, and it's up to you to stop, get your bag, take what you need, put your bag back, and recommence racing. Then you're done with the incredible 180-kilometer Ventum bike course here at IRONMAN Portugal Cascais. You make your way back towards the Hippodrome, rack your bike in your designated numbered parking spot, remove your helmet, put it in the red run bag, put all your running gear on, leave your run bag at the bike, and you start your Hoka Marathon. It's time to fly. Leave all your cycling gear in the red bag, move your bib number to the front, and run. It's a new run course. It doesn't go direction Lisbon this time, it goes direction Guinchor. And I think that is a good thing because the views are spectacular. And it's a reasonably flat course. There's some little climbs here and there, which is not a bad thing. You get to use different muscles. Please, on the run course, keep right at all times. It's a 3-loop Hoka run course. Keep your bib number facing forward. No pacing, no outside assistance, no coaching. No public nudity. If you unzip your top, please zip it up before you get to the finish line. No friends, family, or pets or spectators allowed down the finish line with you. If they do that, you will be disqualified. Lots of aid stations on the run course as well. The rule of thumb on the run course is there's an aid station every 2 or so kilometers. All liquids on cups except for water, which is in small 500ml bottles. We've got cola, gels, fruit, Gatorade, Red Bull. We got everything you need to fuel you to the finish. Discard zones again on the run course are either side of your aid station. You have special needs, personal needs on the run. Likewise here you can access it 3 times. Stop, grab what you need, put your bag back and keep going. If you litter outside of the litter zones around each aid station, you will be disqualified. If for whatever reason you stop racing, be it you don't start on Saturday morning, be it you stop during the swim, bike or run, you must advise one of the officials, an Ironman official, a race referee or a member of the medical team, or go to the info point and advise them that you have withdrawn from the race. If you do not do this, we will worry for your safety and we start a search and rescue. The costs of this search and rescue will be for your account and you face a possible ban from Ironman racing. At Ironman we have cutoffs. You have 2 hours and 20 minutes to complete the swim. You have 6 hours and 55 minutes to complete swim transition 1 and start your second lap. Swim, transition and the full 180k bike into the bike park at the Hippodrome, 10 hours and 20 minutes. You have 16 hours to swim, bike, run your way down the finish line. We remind you that when you come down the finish line, the most important thing you can do is get a brilliant finish photo. So celebrate your finish of the first ever IRONMAN Portugal Cascais. We've got DJs here to play for you. It's going to be a fantastic party. Lots of spectators, beautiful weather, the magic carpet, and you. Your finish line is your turn to celebrate. Get a great finisher photo. Once you come over the finish line, you will receive your medal. We will give you a mask, then you make your way to the recovery zone. And when you're done in the recovery zone, make your way up towards the beautiful park on your right as you head towards the transition zone. That's where you'll receive your white streetwear bags. You can put warm, dry clothing on. You can also, at the recovery zone, by the way, get your medals engraved. And after you've picked up your white streetwear bag at the recovery zone, you go towards the bike park where you can check out your bikes and your gear bags. Your athlete wristband and your bib number are necessary to prove that it is you who's going there to fetch your gear. The award ceremony will be on Sunday, 12 o'clock, on the finish line of Ironman Portugal Cascais. And at the time, it'll be the Ironman 70.3 Cascais happening. On that finish line, please remember your mask. Come along, let's celebrate you and your amazing race on Saturday. For the athletes doing bike and run, the pre-race schedule is identical. Your mandatory check-in is identical as well of your running equipment, and you get your chip collection and personal needs if you require on Friday as well. So you get your chips at bike check-in, personal needs, you fetch the bags at registration, and you drop it off on Friday when you drop off your bike. You have a designated area where you will wait for your start, and the officials will start you from 9:50 a.m., one athlete every 30 seconds. It's a time trial start. And that's all that you need to know. The most important thing is to remember an attitude of gratitude. We are blessed to be in the paradise that is Portugal, here in Cascais, to celebrate the first ever full distance Ironman. Thank you for coming to Cascais. The best of luck to you. You will have a fantastic day at the first ever Ironman Portugal, Cascais.
You have to dig deep to find the motivation to change. Change is hard. Change takes time. Change demands sacrifice. ViewSport's sweat-activated technology was developed to motivate you to go that extra mile, to hustle harder, to visibly show your worth so you can push further. Performance apparel designed to show the making of a champion. ViewSport. Motivation revealed.
Are you ready for an Ironman? We know you're training hard, but did you know that a sweat loss of over 2% can limit your performance on a race day? Do you have in mind your sodium loss? Don't worry, BestSide has you covered. Look in your Ironman athlete bag. You'll find a sweat diagnosis kit inside. Download the BestSide app, scan the QR code, and get your free sweat analysis. Simply wear the patch, train, and send your sweat sample to our lab. A few days later, you will receive your results. Make your nutrition as individual as possible and get the most out of you on race day. Get your free sweat analysis now at bestside.com.